Welcome to episode 10 of the PitCrew Podcast, where we bring the excitement of live music to your ears.
In this episode, we're talking about the Travis Scott Circus Maximus Tour stop in Seattle.
Before we get started, check out our social medias, our YouTube, and let's get into it.
So, this episode, we're going to talk about the Travis Scott presents the Circus Maximus Tour with Travis Scott and Tizo Touchdown. The tour started on October 10th in Charlotte. The stop in Seattle was November 8th, and the tour is going to end on January 31st in Orlando. In Seattle, it was at the Climate Pledge Arena. We've been there a bunch of times. It was most certainly sold out for Travis Scott.
It was the most I've seen at Climate Pledge. I've never seen that many people at Climate Pledge. It was a crazy experience to see. I'm not going to lie to you, the line. Even just to get in, we were coming up, and we thought it was something else.
It was the fattest line I've ever seen.
We thought it was a merch line or something.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I was like, there's no way that it's this long just to get to the door.
Exactly.
But it was. By the time we got down to what time did we park? It had to have been like 8.
Yeah.
8 or so.
And then we were in line at like 8:30, just waiting in line.
Waiting and waiting and waiting.
Like fucking sardines, bro. Fucking sardines.
The crowd was so big. We had to run around the arena to see.
Find
like,
the shortest line. Went
to
like 3 entrances before we found one that we were like, okay, we just got to jump in at this point.
And then we were finally able to squeeze into one, and we got in. We went all the way down to the floor to see Tizo Touchdown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got to see him perform a good 4 or 5 songs. Because I remember we were watching him when we first walked in. We won out and like walked to the seats, and we were watching him, and then we're like, all right, we gotta go. And then we ran down to the floor, and then we caught a couple of songs. We saw him do I don't remember what it's called, but the song with Don Toliver off the album that Don Toliver dropped this year.
Girls just wanna have.
Girls just wanna have. Girls just wanna have. Girls just wanna
have. Luckily, I'm having. On God, that shit was amazing.
And then he did the Tyler the Creator song.
We gon' run it up. We gon' run it up.
He said, we gon' run it up. We gon' run it up. I'm running like a politician.
I'm running like the roaches in the kitchen.
That shit was amazing. Tizo Touchdown did great. I wish we could have seen more of his performance. I wish we could have got there a little earlier. But, I mean, I was really glad to see the songs that we did, because I was surprised that he saved the songs that we saw for the very end. Like his features.
Exactly.
He saved his features for the very last.
The ones that I wanted to see him perform, he saved it for the end. I'm not going to lie to you.
It was perfect. I couldn't ask for just beside to see him a little longer.
Exactly. If we would have showed up a little bit earlier, but you already know we showed up just on time.
Just when he was starting.
And then we came back up to get the merch.
Mm-hmm.
The merch lines everywhere were crazy, but we were able to secure the merch. Yeah. Look at this.
Wearing it right now. Had to put on.
He got the Seattle exclusive.
Oh, yeah. I'll put a picture of what it says on the back. But every tour stop that he did, he had a shirt that had this on the front, and on the back it's got the dates and like the city and the arena and everything. And so I had to get I got another one.
We
too.
both got him. I had to get that one.
That shit was great. Then by the time we did all that and we got back down to the floor, it was like 9:30.
Utopia 2023, baby. Yeah, we made it into this bitch. Travis.
And we were probably standing back down in our spot, waiting for like 5, maybe 10 minutes.
5 minutes, and then we were able to squeeze in, and then push a little bit closer, and then right when we got it,
all the way in,
the siren went off, and then it was like.
Claudio's got a video of us being like, "Let me get in that bitch. Let me get in that bitch. Let me get in." And the guy is like, "Go ahead, get in that bitch. Get in that bitch."
And then right when we get in there, it goes crazy.
He said, "Greetings from Utopia." Before this shit starts.
Open it up. Open that shit up.
Oh, once Travis Scott came out, I was just, boy, it was just up. He came out to Hyena.
That's the first song on Utopia, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it was amazing.
He's just
that's the one that he had to start off to, because that shit was crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you.
What I liked was that like his first 3 songs were his first 3 songs off of Utopia, because after that he did Thank God. Which is a banger. The first half and the second half when the beat changes.
Exactly.
That shit is that boy's just spitting.
And then he did one of my favorites, freaking
Modern Jam.
Modern Jam.
Yes.
He said, "Seattle, you wanna dance?"
He said, That shit was amazing.
It was lit.
I like that one because he brought Tizo Touchdown back out, and Tizo Touchdown sang his part. And that shit was lit.
Yes, Tizo touchdown went in right there. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, he just like popped out of the out of the stage, and he sang, and oh, that shit was great. I was like, oh, we get to see him again. I was like, that's the best when he brings the opener. Or when
Yes, usually they don't bring him out. I'm not gonna like that shit doesn't really happen.
Yeah, because it didn't happen when he was there with Tyler.
Exactly. People don't really like to bring the openers out when they have other songs with them. I've only seen him, Drake, and Kendrick do that. I haven't really seen other artists do.
I mean, if anybody's gonna do it, it's them.
You're right.
Oh, so after boy,
How could you forget?
how could I forget? After Modern Jam, he did probably one of my favorite songs of the year. It's with it's a Lil Uzi song featuring Travis Scott. And you'll see in the video I put in, I was lit. That was the song that I went to go see. That was the one I was excited about because Lil Uzi's my favorite artist. And
that song was honestly crazy. I wasn't bumping that song until I was getting ready for the tour, and it was a cut.
It's just like a super lit rage song to hear live. Like
Exactly.
That's the perfect place to listen to it is live at a concert. So like to finally get to see it, or no, not finally, because I saw Lil Uzi perform it in Miami before it came out.
You're right.
But then
we did see it.
But then
We
the fact, sorry, you were there too. But then the fact that Travis Scott got put on it when it officially came out, and now I got to see him do it too. I was like, at that moment, I was like, okay, I'm good. I can go home now.
Exactly.
That was only 4 songs in. And then after A, he did SDP interlude from Birds in the Trap. Which I was surprised that he did that.
Yeah, with Lana Del Rey.
Yeah, as the background singer. Yeah,
It's crazy.
and people were turning up for that one, even though it's literally an interlude. It's just supposed to be
Exactly.
chill.
It's because TikTok made it a thing now. But
That's life.
then after that, it was Sirens, which is an actually good song.
Mm-hmm.
And that shit went crazy.
Yeah.
I really like that song.
Yeah.
And I was going crazy.
You weren't even recording. You were just in that shit.
Exactly. And then after that, he did the Praise God by Kanye West.
Off the Donda album, which, I mean, you got to know that song, but at this point, that shit
Exactly.
is lit.
But that was so unexpected. I didn't think he was going to do that. I'm not going to lie to you.
I mean, like, I know it's a lit song, but yeah, out of all the...
I didn't see what he was playing on his other tours, but on his other tour dates.
I kind
but
of
he
expected
didn't
it
play
because
them.
he did it at his Circus Maximus show in Rome when he brought out Kanye.
You're right.
So I was like he's gonna do that one for sure. That one's just a banger. After that, he did God's Country, which is one of my favorite songs off of UTOPIA.
That was when he was doing the Karate Kid.
Yeah, you'll see in the video, he's just like That shit, I didn't think of anything of it while I was watching it like live, but after the fact, that shit cracks me up.
Yeah, it was hella funny. But he was in that shit. He was going in. I'm not gonna lie to you. And then after that, he did My Eyes, and the platform went up. He was in the middle, right in front of us.
In the middle of the stage, and then he just like walked on this platform, and it said, just rose up hella high in the sky, and he sang like that Batman song with the light just beaming down on top of him. That shit was crazy. I can't lie. Oh, I was like 1,000 on my feet, stacks better on my seat.
10,000 on my eye.
That boy was going in. And also, while he was up on the platform, he did Butterfly Effect. Which everybody was turning up for. Everybody knows that song.
My brother, which was in the stands, he said that was one of his favorites that he performed.
Yeah.
I promise you, anywhere from the floor to the stands,
it was turning up for that one.
Everyone was going crazy.
Literally.
That one was a classic.
That one's a classic for sure.
After that, he did Highest in the Room. I think he came down for that one, right? He was already down.
Yeah, the platform did come down. He was back on the stage.
And that one was really lit because that's a 2020 cut, right?
Yeah, that came out during I remember when that came out. It was during the pandemic. That shit, it was crazy. It was before he came out with like Mafia, and
exactly.
It was. I think it was the first song he dropped after Astroworld.
You're right.
So it was.
It's always lit to see it.
Yeah. And then he did Loose or Lose.
I just want to see you get down with Travis Scott's big one real quick. I just want to see you get down.
Off of Birds in the Trap again. I'm glad he did so many songs, so many. He did two songs.
Many classics.
Yeah, or he did 3 songs off of that album, because Birds in the Trap is my favorite Travis Scott album still, I think. Even after Utopia came out. But that song is just it's kind of a deep, I thought it was more of a deep cut in the album.
Exactly.
But yeah, to see it live was amazing.
To see him perform it live is crazy.
Because I don't even think he did it when he was at the Astroworld tour. So it was a surprise.
No, he didn't do it on the Astroworld tour. I remember.
Yeah,
he did way back in like a different song,
which is also lit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why it was really good to see that one live. And then the next song he did was Love Galore, and I just remember. You can hear it in the video, but I was like to Claudio, I was like, "There's no fucking way." There's no way. He's not doing this song. I was like, there's no way. And then when he started singing it, it was just like, oh my God, I couldn't believe it. If you don't know what that song is, it's SZA's song off of Control, her first album. And so it's a feature. So for him to do that, it was.
That one is like such a popular song. So
yeah. I mean, I was just caught off guard. I was surprised to see it.
To see him perform out of all the songs, because that was like the special song that they be performing.
Yeah, exactly. He's come out at her shows to perform that song hella times. Exactly. So to see him perform it, it was her birthday too, right? Wasn't that?
Yeah, that was why he was performing all her songs.
Yeah, that shit was lit. I was lit when he did that song.
And then right after that, he picked it up and did Mamacita. Which is always crazy to see live.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen that live, you need to go to a Travis Scott show, be on the floor, and see that shit live, because that is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a Travis Scott fan, you already know what it is. It's like the first note, the first guitar, how the song starts is just like super recognizable. It's just like, it reminds me of like the Family Ties trumpets. Just like this has the same feel. Just like when you hear that sound, it's just like it's up, it's time.
Exactly.
And that's exactly how it felt. After that, he did Circus Maximus, which I thought is kind of a deep cut of Utopia as well. But I mean, also it's a Circus Maximus tour, so he was gonna do it. And that was the one where he brought out he brought out 3 gorillas on stage. It
was so funny.
That shit was hella funny. On the overhead, it was like,
it said, "Travis, you got some guests coming."
Yeah, and I was, every time I think that there's gonna be a guest, I always have the highest expectations. I'm like, no way he's gonna bring somebody out that's off this song. He's gonna bring out Sway Lee. He's gonna bring out The Weeknd. It was just a bunch of gorillas. It was just 3 gorillas. But
it was still crazy.
That shit was hella funny because I remember the first one walked out and I was like, look, it's a gorilla. And then I was like, we were still watching. I'm like, bro, look, there's 2 gorillas. And then like 30 seconds later, I'm like, there's 3 gorillas. That shit was hella funny.
He said he brought them all. I feel you. I thought the same thing. I'm not gonna. And then after that, he did Del Resto. And it was like he went away and changed, right?
Yeah, because that song is mostly Beyonce. He's just kind of like in the background. And you're right, that was when he went to go change, and he called somebody up on stage and put him on the like head that was moving around.
Because he was gonna do drugs, you should try it. This feels right. Yeah.
That girl had no idea, bro. That girl that was up there.
That song is amazing. I did not think he was gonna do it.
No.
It was such a great song for him to perform, and to see it live right there, it was dope.
Bro, and it's like, it's such an old song. It's not even out on streaming platforms. Like that's how old it is. Like that's how classic of a song it is. So for him to do it live, it's just like, oh my God, that shit was unbelievable. And then while he was up on the parasail, or that's what they call it, but it's just like a big head statue. He did Mafia.
Alright, so I did that song because that song inspired songs like this. JSB. Mafia, right?
a dope song with J. Cole.
But it's from the singles that he dropped right before Utopia, right?
Yeah, it was Mafia and Escape Plan. Yeah,
Escape Plan.
It's called like the Dystopia.
You're right.
Little mixtape, but it's just those 2 songs. But yeah, that was dope. He's like writing it like over the top of us, and then like the second half of the song he writes it back and then gets down, and then once he gets off the head, he did I Know.
And every night we perform this shit, have fun, right? Every night we perform this shit, it's very loud. And last night I did the SoFi. I was the first quote-unquote rapper to sell out SoFi. And there was a lot of people there yesterday. They were loud as hell, but it might not be that many people that know this yesterday. I know out here in Seattle, y'all get turned the fuck up, so we gotta come on. We gotta like the noise meter back there, so we gonna see if y'all gonna break up motherfuckers. This is just me. It's not like this. I know they got it.
Which everybody there knows all the words.
Such a great song from Utopia.
It's a really, really good song. Everybody in the stadium was singing along because Chase B kept cutting
Everybody
out.
had their lights on.
Oh yeah, he said everybody put your lights on first, and then everybody did, and then every time like the chorus came up, Chase B would just like drop the song out, and everyone was singing along. It was great. And then after he did that one, was he back up on the platform, or did he just go like to the back of the stage on the top part?
No, right there he went onto the platform to do 90210.
But check this out, man. We out here on this Circus Maximus Tour, man. Every show we out here, we trying to find out Utopia, so if you could join us, if you could put your cell phone flashlights in the air, man. Like this beautiful city down there. Hey, Brian. Out there. Gorgeous. I'm gonna take it back to one more, Jason. Let's see if they're right on you. Let's do some beautiful shit.
He was like, everybody put your light up in the sky.
Uh-huh.
And then he got up on the platform that he was on for My Eyes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he said,
I know that shit's not wet like my jumper though.
Bob.
Oh, to hear him do that live, I mean,
Bro, right there, right here.
like,
Just check
Just
out our
just above
Instagram. I put the video on there.
yeah, that was
It was amazing.
a highlight of the show for sure. And then he came down off the platform and he did Meltdown. The song with Drake and
Tea time. to see them both perform it is honestly crazy. And just the year that they dropped it.
Exactly. We saw Drake perform it at the It's All a Blur tour, and then this tour, Circus Maximus Tour, we saw Travis Scott perform it. And what I liked about when Travis Scott did the songs that he was a feature on is he played like a good chunk of it, the other person's verse, and then like spliced it into when he was singing.
Exactly.
Like he didn't do too much, but he didn't just not play the other person's part either. So that shit was dope.
I definitely prefer that from Travis Scott than Drake, because Drake didn't do any, like, he didn't let that shit play out. Like, he would always cut it out real quick.
Mm-hmm.
But Travis definitely let it play out, and he performed like most of the song.
Yeah, for all the songs, he definitely performed most of them, like the whole thing.
And then he was right after he was with the crowd like twin bitches.
Yeah, he was going to like every section of the crowd basically. You'll see it in the video. I said twin bitches, and then everybody said twin bitches, and then he did UTOPIA Twins, and that shit was lit. That's a hella fire song off of UTOPIA.
Yeah,
everybody was jumping around. That was lit. I don't know how many times
we were really close to Chase B right there.
Yeah, at that point we were like right next to Chase B. I think like right before, or either right on this song or right before it is when we like met up again.
Yeah, because the whole entire time we were just going around it, like splitting up and then meeting up again.
Literally, a super lit song would come on and the mosh pit would open up, and then we would just like split apart from each other, and then a couple songs later we would just be right next to each other again. That happened like 3 or 4 times throughout the concert. After that one, he did No Bystanders, which is really lit. I remember he's like, everybody put 2 middle fingers up.
2 middle fingers up to the sky. 2 middle fingers up to the sky. Yeah. If you see a bystander, tell them fuck you.
Everybody, and he wouldn't start until everybody did that.
Fuck the club. Fuck the club.
It's a banger, classic. Sheck West, Juice WRLD, Travis Scott. It was. I mean, I've seen that live a couple of times. It never disappoints.
Never disappoints.
what I really liked is that he went from No Bystanders straight into Fiend. Like
whoa.
the transition was crazy. That
Chase
shit was
B
lit.
is on the DJ deck. What do you expect?
Nothing less. Chase B is a great DJ for sure. He deserves a lot more credit than he gets. He did Fiend 2 times for us, and we have a video. We were like, one more time. We wanted it another time. But
then Chase B was like, nah, and he just dropped, don't you open up that window. Don't you let out that antidote.
from Rodeo,
No, that's like his. That's the song that I put him on right there.
Yeah.
Antidote.
Yeah.
If any song is Travis Scott's song, that's the one.
Yeah.
If you don't know that one, then you don't know Travis Scott.
That's for sure. That was definitely the one that put him on, because I remember listening to that song on the radio.
That's the first song I ever heard of Travis Scott, bro.
Yeah, before I even knew who Travis Scott was, because I didn't really start diving in until his next album.
I dug in. I went into the deep cuts.
That was the one that put him on for sure. And, I mean, he does it every single time.
Exactly.
It never disappoints.
It was amazing. Right after that, he did Sicko Mode. Everybody went crazy.
I said, I tried. I tried.
It was so funny because me and Erik were right beside each other, and he just looked over at me and he said, I tried to tell him.
If you haven't seen that video of Drake when he brings out Travis Scott on Drake's tour, and Drake says that like 6 times while they're doing Sicko Mode, and that's why I was saying it, because it was hella funny. It was on my mind. That shit cracked me up. And I mean, Sicko Mode. What more do I have to say about the song? After Sicko Mode, he did Goosebumps. I mean, this is the nightcap. Probably his most popular song that's come out off my favorite album.
With the GOAT.
The GOAT with Kendrick Lamar. He didn't do Kendrick Lamar's part, obviously, but
He did. What do you mean?
He performed Kendrick Lamar's part?
Well, like, he didn't sing it, but it played.
I didn't record it, so I forgot. I was just just lit at that point.
It went, because I was going crazy. I'm telling you, that was going. That was.
He said, "I want to press my line. Yeah, I want to
Yes!
take that ride."
I'm so sad that you didn't remember that, bro, because that was amazing.
Man, no.
And then after that, he was with the crowd like.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. That was the part that I really remembered. He was doing a chant with the crowd. That shit was lit. That shit.
That's what you call crowd control.
That is what you call crowd. That's like on some Freddie Mercury shit. Like the same type of crowd control. He had everybody doing that shit with him, and then we were all like the whole crowd was singing Goosebumps together while everybody was clapping after he had everyone do the chant, and then like he dropped it again, and everyone was just like, I get those goosebumps every time. That shit was fucking lit. To end the show, like, oh my god, that was great.
Not even to end the show, because right after he said, "I can see the future. I can see the future."
That is true. He does play Telekinesis as his last song.
I want to send a special happy birthday shout out to the queen of this shit, man.
But I mean, Goosebumps is really the last one that he performs, because with Telekinesis he sings the first part, and then he's just kind of letting the whole thing play as he's
and
like
then he comes
chilling
over
with Chase
to B, right in front of us.
Yes, on Mama's, just chilling, just hanging out with Chase B. Just as SZA's part is going in, he's like, "Happy birthday to the queen of this shit."
Exactly. He said happy birthday to SZA because it was her birthday.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, after Telekinesis ended, everybody was trying to get him to come out for an encore, but he had already been out there for like 2.5 hours. So that, I mean, I had been satisfied many times.
I had
over.
been satisfied since like the first 4 songs.
That's what I'm saying. Like it was impossible for me to be disappointed at that point.
It was amazing. That was Travis Scott's Circus Maximus Tour.
Literally, it was. I had high expectations, and they were met. They were met for sure.
Exactly. Well, that was our experience, and as you guys know, now we're gonna rate the tour, and the first category is the venue, and the venue was the Climate Pledge Arena, and which I love the Climate Pledge Arena.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it was the right choice. It was packed. He sold it out. It was great. It was lit. But we were smushed. We were sardines.
Yeah, we were definitely smushed. There was hella times in my videos where the crowd was trying to open up like a pit, and there was just like nowhere to go.
We had no chance to make a pit. That was the only thing that I didn't like about the concert. I wasn't able to really open up a pit how it should be opened up. It was a baby pit.
Yeah. We were also on like the smaller side of the of the stage, like the more like smushed side, but
That was the side where he was gonna be.
that was the side where he was most of the time. So it was where you needed to be, and I feel like for most of the stadiums it was like that. Like not every stadium has like hella extra floor, because for the climate pledge, like whether it's the basketball or like the hockey team, like that means that everyone else is like hella close for all those events, because the floor is like barely off the seats.
Exactly.
But for the concert where your stage design is like half the floor,
exactly.
it fucks it up a little bit.
That's why I give it a 9, because that was the only thing. If not, it would have been a great choice.
Yeah, I gave it a 9 because I thought that it was the only other place bigger in Seattle is Lumen Field, and it's like outdoors, and it's just like it's a football field. It's not a little arena, so it would be way bigger. And I think that the climate pledge was the right choice, but it was, like you said, it was just like too smushed.
Exactly.
So that's why I gave it a 9. Did you say that you gave it a 9 too? You're such a stupid ass. Oh my god. Stupid.
Do you want to say that I meant to say an 8 or like?
No, I'm just gonna put an 8.
You wanna?
I'm just gonna put an 8 on the screen, and it'll be funny because everybody will see you like smiling over there. Know that you fucked up. All right. The next category is the stage, and the stage design was the craziest stage that I've ever seen for a concert, hands down. Like the most unique, like the most. It was just super out there. It had 2 bridges, which for the majority of the concert, like they were closed while he was performing. Like you couldn't be under it. I don't know why you couldn't be under it while he was performing, because then you could have been like super close. Because he was like on the bridge the whole time, and you could have been like. But I think they didn't want people to like try to get up on, like jump up on the rail and then jump up on the stage. So I think that's why they had like hella security guards blocking people from walking under it while he was performing. But just, I mean, he had all the room to go back and forth to perform to all sides of the arena, to be up high, to be up low. We were on a good part because we were right behind the DJ table to see Chase B. I thought that, he was on a good place, that the DJ's right there on the stage where you can see him. And even when Tizo Touchdown was performing, he was like hella in the front of the stage. So he was like in front of everybody. I just thought it was super dope. So I gave it a 9.5.
Yeah, the stage was definitely a crazy design. It was nothing like I've ever seen before. And I really like how it was right in the middle, and you can see it from anywhere that you're sitting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anywhere was a good seat to go, but right where we were, it was dope. It was definitely lit. The only thing I would ask was it to be a little bit smaller, so the floor could be a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
So that's why I gave it a 9.
Yeah, that I didn't want to like repeat it because that was the same knock I had for the venue choice, but the same thing. It kind of ties into each other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It does tie into each other, and I have to knock them for both of it. So
yeah.
That's just life.
Yeah, because at a place like SoFi Arena where the field is like there's so much more room.
Where it's a football stadium, which if he would have done it at Lumen Field, it would have been
like that.
It would have been like amazing. He would have sold it out, and it would have been lit. I don't know why he didn't do it.
If The Weeknd did it, Travis Scott could do it.
I think underplaying himself.
Yeah. But yeah, so I gave it a 9.5 because it was a little too smushed, but like the stage itself, it was just crazy, like nothing I'd ever seen before.
I feel you. That's why I'm giving it a solid. But the next category is how was everyone interacting with the the music and everyone else, and I would say it was all right. I'm not gonna lie to you because people were into it, but at the same time we were like sardines, so people were just pushing around.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't really enjoying it. They were kind of starstruck.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, this is gonna happen at every concert, but especially this one. There was multiple times where there was people who were like, "Stop pushing around, like relax," and I'm like, "Bruh,
You're at Travis Scott.
one, you're at Travis Scott, and two, you're on the rail of a rap concert where everyone is moshing around. Like you're gonna get pushed around." I hate people who complain about getting pushed because it's not like people are putting two hands in your back. Like we're all shoulder to shoulder getting pushed around all the same. So
Exactly.
why do you feel that like?
You're being attacked.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't come at me, bro.
Yeah,
If you want, you can stand in the back and not get pushed.
exactly. You're the one who chose to get all the way up here, and there was multiple times that people were complaining about that.
And that's what I don't really like when people are complaining, and that was the only knock because everybody would get lit. I mean, some of the songs that they didn't know, they were just honestly like it was lit, but they weren't getting lit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I give it an 8.
I feel like I agree with all the points that you said. I just can't give it a knock for like the people around us because I feel like for most of the time people were singing along for the parts that they should, for like especially all the old songs, or except like the really old cuts. But I mean like off of Astro World and like Birds in the Tribe, like everybody was singing like those songs, and everybody was lit. The part that I didn't like was like the people watching Tizo Touchdown weren't really into it while we were there in the front. But I also kind of think that's part of the venue's fault for because by the time we got in there, we weaseled our way up through the line, and there was still fucking so many people standing in line by the time we got in. So before Travis Scott got in, it was like pretty dead. And people weren't as excited as they should have been for the whole thing, but I feel like everybody who we were around, they came to turn up. They were
Everybody in the stands was going crazy.
yeah. The whole every time he was talking to the crowd, anytime he said anything, the crowd or like the
Everybody
stage
was going lit.
yeah.
I'm just saying people didn't have the energy that they should have had. And that was the only thing that disappointed me, which I don't know. I guess I just had too much energy. I don't know.
I don't know. I gave it a 9. I feel that I'm with you on all the points that you had. I just feel that I don't know. It didn't affect my experience as much as yours, I guess, because even though those people, like, there were a couple people who were complaining, I was just, like, too lit to even, like, give a fuck. Because I was arguing. You remember the one people where I was arguing with? I was like, bitch, you're in the pit. You're in the pit. You better be ready. You're in the pit. Like,
Exactly.
so I didn't even, at that point, I didn't even really care. So.
That's what I'm saying. You got to know what you're getting yourself into when you step into the floor.
No, I completely agree. The next category was how good was the artist performance, and both Tizo Touchdown and Travis Scott did absolutely amazing. Like they both had just the right amount of backtrack. Like they were singing the majority of the song, if not the whole thing. And they were doing a really good a really good job at singing the song. They were interacting with the crowd. They had good song choices. The whole show flowed very well. It wasn't like Lil Yachty where it was like very abrupt. Like it had that like up and down like roller coaster kind of like ride that you want a concert to feel like. And I mean, Chase B as a DJ, like, I mean, like we already said, that he's top tier. So
He did his thing.
he was, even while this, like in Modern Jam, he was like scratching on the DJ deck, and
He definitely did his thing right there on Modern Jams.
he was just mixing that shit and doing more than just letting the song play, or like, you know, he was definitely putting in a little extra effort than a regular DJ would. And I feel like they all went out, and so I gave it a perfect 10.
And I definitely agree with you with all the points that you made, because it was definitely dope. I couldn't have asked for anything else from them.
Mm-hmm.
They each did their own thing, and Travis Scott is, I don't know, probably the best,
I mean, like,
live performer right now.
Yeah, without a question, he's top 3. Like, what?
I don't know who else would be better on a live performance. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, the only
with the crowd and everything.
Yeah,
you gotta go and let me know. If you haven't gone, you can't speak on the fact.
The only other person that I can think of might be Playboy Carti, but we'll see with his new tour, because Travis Scott has the crowd interaction like on.
I'm telling you, that might be
Carti.
like a select crowd, but like this Travis Scott could be for anybody. Is what I'm telling you.
For sure.
That's why I'm telling you that he's the best, because anybody can go, and I feel like they would have a good time.
I see what you mean, because you're right. Playboy Carti has the same sort of like fan base as like Taylor Swift type shit. Like, no matter who goes, like, they're going, and they don't care what he's gonna do, because that's just gonna be lit. But Travis Scott, there was hella people. It was like, we talked to a couple people. It was their first concert. It was their first time seeing Travis Scott, and like, you know what I mean. There was hella people. It was not their first time. Like, it was your 5th time. It was like
it was my 5th time seeing Travis Scott.
It's like my 3rd or 4th time. So it's like, obviously he's a great performer. If I gotta keep coming back, if he keeps people coming back, if he has people coming there for their first concert of all time, on the floor, like blowing the bag. It's not cheap to go to Travis Scott on the floor.
Exactly.
And for that to be your first concert ever, like,
that's what
respect.
I'm saying.
So what'd you give it?
I give it a 10 as well.
What more can you say?
And then the last topic is how everything tied into the theme of the tour, which was the Circus Maximus Tour.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you guys were keeping up with the whole rollout, but it was definitely a crazy rollout from
with the briefcase, the UTOPIA briefcase, with like
even the dystopia tape, like it was all like its own thing.
Yeah, if you remember way back then when he was dropping merch with like his McDonald's collab, and then for like the dystopia tape, it was all saying like Utopia and stuff on it, and
it said something's coming.
I remember people were being like, Travis Scott just revealed his next album, so he's been like, Travis Scott rollouts or something else, because he just like slowly like will feed the hype to you over a long period of time.
And then he did his whole little Circus Maximus show in Italy at Circus Maximus, and that was its own thing. And for him to make that his tour, it's just like, it's a little crazy. And then all his merch, the posters, the fonts, everything, the artists, it all tied in perfectly.
Yeah.
Travis Scott knows how to do it, and I'm saying I haven't really seen anyone tie it all in like that. So I gave it a 10.
I also gave it a 10. I don't know if it's just because everything is just like so Travis Scott, but like the stage design, it just like the rocks and stuff, it just reminded me of like the Circus Maximus movie where he was there in like the stone place. Like, it was like the same type of thing. And then like the faces and stuff was blending in with all of the other art of like the post, like the the posters with all the dates and all the merch and stuff. And so like he had like one artist or like a couple artists follow like one art style and his like direction for a long time. And he just, he definitely takes the time and effort to put in the attention to like the rollout and really give it its time and place,
Exactly.
Yeah. So I mean, it was a 10. The theme was great.
What more could you ask for?
So if you were counting, that means that my overall score was a 47.5,
And mine was a 45.
which means that it was a 92.5. Everyone should go.
That's what it falls into. So you already know you need to go see Travis Scott.
If you have the opportunity, you got to go. We tried to tell you how many episodes in a row at the end that tickets were as low as $5, $7, $8.
He's on his second leg. You got to fly to go see him.
Go see him. Go see him. You're fucking up. Like, I really hope that he's at Coachella so he gives you another chance to go see, because if you don't
It's gonna
see,
be
you are
amazing.
fucking up. Like, I'm telling you, I don't know how many everyone should goes we have. Like,
Travis Scott, baby.
Travis Scott. Travis Scott is the one. Like,
I'd go see him for a sixth time.
anytime he comes anywhere, I'm trying to go see him. Like, we were trying to go see him in Vegas at Zook. He was just he was just the week after we were there, the weekend after. So
That's so sad.
but yeah, I think everyone should go is a perfect score, because whether you're in the stands, in the nosebleeds, on the floor, like, you're going to be entertained. All the Instagram videos I've seen of people with their shirts off, like in the nosebleeds, turning up together.
Exactly.
Like,
that was me in the pits, so we're all
Yeah.
living the same dream.
yeah, we're all lit together no matter where we are. So, I mean, Travis Scott, Circus Maximus Tour,
You got to be there.
you got to be there.
All right, so Travis Scott is still going on till January 31st, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you got to go catch him. But if not, the only concert we're looking forward to in the upcoming year is Dombresky on January 14th. So if you're going to go catch that, let us know, because we'll be here at the Showbox getting lit.
Yeah, we saw Dombresky at Coachella. He's a house DJ. If you like dancing, then you're gonna like him. He's got like this little like disco like persona vibe. He's
going in. It's the Liftoff tour.
Yeah, which that song I think is supposed to drop at midnight the day that we're recording this. Like, the song called Liftoff that he's been playing that isn't out, but now he's dropping it before he goes on tour. But yeah, Dombresky, January 14th. It's still kind of slow until February. Once February hits, then some more shows are coming along. It's going to start picking up. And then before long, it's festival season.
Honestly, like, it's already been a year of us doing this. It's nice if you guys been keeping along with us. But if you're new, I hope you stick around, because we hope to get better, and it's up from here. I'm telling you.
Yeah, whether it's your first time, your second, or like your 10th time watching us, we appreciate you tuning in. Thank you for sticking around through 2023. It's our last episode of the year. If you couldn't tell, the Christmas presents were hitting.
Santa pulled up
for sure, because the setup is looking a lot better. We got matching mics. Hopefully it sounds better.
We got stands. We got a new sound thing. We got lights. We got the new setup.
Yeah.
You guys are ready.
Yeah, hopefully you guys can tell the difference.
2024 is going to be a lit year.
Yeah, we're coming even harder than we did in 2023. We're just just on the grind. We're just trying to get to more shows. We're finally getting a swing, getting super comfortable behind the camera. So it's
we just been busy. That's why we haven't been able to.
Yeah, I've been working. It's been the holidays. You've been in school and the finals and shit. So it's like we got episodes that we recorded that got all fucked up in Vegas. That's probably gonna come out after this one. And so that's why there's been such a delay in uploads. But we've been working on it. And we just want to say thank you for sticking around with us for this year. And we're still going to do like a year in review or like a wrap-up episode.
I don't know about that, but
we have plans. But
I'm just messing with him. We're definitely going to do that.
So that'll be our next episode. Look out for that. Before Don Bresky comes out, we'll have a wrap-up of 2023 and all that we did. But other than that, if you made it this far, thank you. Oh, if you want $5 Cash App, who did Travis Scott wish happy birthday to? If you can let us know who Travis Scott gave a wish for a happy birthday during the concert,
we'll send you $5 Cash App.
Put it in the comments with your Cash App tag. You'll get $5 from the PitCrew Podcast towards your next concert ticket.
We've done it once. We'll do it again.
Literally, if you want $5, it's as simple as that.
All right. Thank you for watching. Merry Christmas.
Merry
Happy
Christmas.
New Year.
Happy New Year's. Like, comment, subscribe. Check us out on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Facebook, Spotify. We everywhere now.
Everywhere. That's a wrap for 2023, baby.
Peace out, ladies and gentlemen.